Hey gang, Carl here. Hey, I figured while I'm installing this TorqHead kit, yeah, it's on the engine stand and it's easier that way, but some ideas and visuals so that you know when you're putting yours on. Okay, this one came with the ATI hub from TorqHead, and which is a great benefit, especially because it's open inside. It can take one of these bolts, one of these ATI crank hub bolts. It doesn't bottom out, you know, and leave a loose washer. You can use a normal small block Chevy hub pressing tool. That in itself is awesome. So when you press it on initially, okay, this has the reluctor behind it because it's a 96, so it needs that space. What is it, 0.1 inch or so? But the sensing is here, and if you look straight down, it's not totally aligned. It's a little forward. The reluctor is a little forward. So if you can see that or not, but this is designed with a jig to help you center it, and you'll be confident that it's the right air gap and centered on that 2-row 24X reluctor. I'll show you that. Okay, I get an Allen key. Don't know the size because this one doesn't, it's worn off. And loosen that. So now it slides forward and aft. And there's, along with the TorqHead kit, comes, I guess, your alignment tool. Slide this puppy down there. Now it's centered over the reluctor. Tighten her up evenly. Sometimes this tool doesn't slide out very well. It's a pretty tight fit. Tighten her up, not over tight. Get that puppy out of there. If the camera shows it, it's perfectly centered. But that's not the end. Yeah, I'll make sure this, it's not over tightened, but it's not too loose. If you ever lose your crank signal, it's probably something like this has come loose and it's out of alignment. All right, to the next step, which is gapping with the sensor. Okay, now you have your sensor and a couple of shims, a variety of shims, and the gap tape. I'll put like 3 in. Every engine's different because of crankshaft, how close it is, if it's been a line board. And these are just 5/1000ths. That goes in. I got the nut down here. I don't put the tape in right away, and I make sure this gets seated because sometimes they get cocked. It needs to be seated flat. Let's tighten that up and see what we have for a gap. This just needs to drag just a little bit. It drags a little too much, but it is touching. So one more shim and I'm probably done. It feels a little, oh, anyway, one more shim. I think they're all the same sizes. Got 4 total. I've installed some used ones that are like this. Mounting tab is bent and stuff, and that needs to be addressed because this needs to sit in there flat. That's nice and flat. Let's tighten her up. I have a 7/16, so it's probably something like that. The tape, the feeler tape. Oh, and you just caught me. Okay, I needed to take one away because now it's too much gap. What a doofball. Anyway, I'm going to take from 3 shims. Right now it's at 4. I'm going to take it down to 2. I'll be right back. Okay, take her down to 2 shims. I think I hold the camera better with the left hand and work with the right. Tight, even, dragging pretty good. I can't pass it through easily, but it does push in. I'm going to go with 2 shims. So I got the 2 shims in there, and when I'm doing this when it's in the car, I put this in there. I put the tape. Then I tighten it down, and if I can pull it out, tighten it down. If I can pull it out, and there's resistance, which I can here, see I can pull it out, that is a good gap. So I wanted to explain that. Alrighty. Carl, L-Line Engines, take care.